We are using the stamp set Butterfly Basics today. I've gone ahead and stamped it with Memento Tuxedo Black onto a piece of some vintage dictionary paper or page I just tore out from something I found in my garage. I am taking some Prismacolor colored pencils, and I'll have all the numbers and the names of the pencils in the blog description and over on my blog at cindybdesigns.com. I am showing you how I'm sharpening my pencils with the Prismacolor pencil sharpener. Just want to make 2 or 3 turns and you'll get that nice point that you saw. Right now, I'm using, well, for the entire image, I'll be using 2 shades to color in the leaves, flowers, and everything. Right now, I'm just laying down some, let me see if I can see the color here because it's so, print's so small, Limepeel. And then my darker color is going to be apple green. So I've sped this up as much as I possibly can just to get through this coloring. But the paper, considering it's from 1861, is in fabulous condition, but it's so thin. And I'm going in with a very, very light hand. And there you can see me testing out my colors. Make sure everything goes together. And it does. And you're going to miss out a little bit on the leaves because I was out of frame, but what the leaf that you're seeing on the left and what I'm coloring right now, that's all I'm going to be basically doing. All of the image that has the lines on it, that's colored with a darker color. Then I'm using the Limepeel on the lighter and I'm blending them together with my aqua painter. And with paper this thin, I was so pleased that my coloring came out as well as it did. So it's spring in my world now. I'm over Valentine's Day and everything else. But the Butterfly Basics fabulous stamp set is in the annual catalog, which at this time of year is really neglected by a lot of stampers because we're into celebration and spring and everything like that right now. So now you just see me pull those colors together and getting a nice blend, and my paintbrush is it's damp. That's it. And I'm wiping it off a lot. I don't want anything going out of the lines. No messy watercoloring this time. I just want something very clean and very neat. My flowers are going to be colored in red, purple, yellow, and blue, which may seem a little bit unusual, but my card, I can make a blue flower. Wanted something a little bit more whimsical. So now I'm just basically doing a little bit of touch-up. There's all the pencils that I used. So for my blue shades, this one is called Blue Slate for my lighter color. And then for my darker color, it looks like Caribbean Sea. I wish the print was a lot bigger. But I do go back over the image several times because the blue colors were so close to each other and I needed some definition in the colors. And while that image was still wet, pulled off some color straight from the pencil and just kind of did a tapping motion, as you can see, just to get that color on there, and so you can see the differentiation between the colors. Now I'm going in with my orange, and that color is PC118. And like I said, my gosh, they are so teeny tiny. And my darker color is going to be PC921. Once again, blending everything together. I'm going to be switching over to my yellows now. The lighter color is Deco yellow, and the darker color happens to be Canary yellow. Very small image. Once again, dabbing on the water, trying to brighten it up a little bit. And then over to my red. My lighter color there is Permanent Red, and my darker one is Crimson Red. And there's a nice color differentiation between those two colors. So I'm coming in with my Tip Top Taupe. This is going to be a top folding A2 size card. I have a piece of black cardstock. Now we're going to do a teeny tiny bit of mixed media. I'm just grabbing some Faber-Castell gesso, watering it down a little bit, smudging it with my fingers because I still want the print from my dictionary page to show through, but I also want that touch of the white gesso too, gesso. Just to add a little bit of something extra to it. So now I have some gathered twigs of stress ink that I'm just taking around the entire image. I've gone ahead and corner rounded the bottom two edges, and that's how it looks. It just needed something around the edges. And I'm cleaning up on screen for some reason. Okay, that's how it looks. Now I have my Heidi Swapp edge distresser, and I'm just taking that around a few times. You're going to see where I ripped the paper in one or two spots a little bit. One, I was able just to grab some multi-matte medium and just dab it onto the top there, and you'll see that later on. And it laid down perfectly. Now I just have some scrap adhesive that I'm adding on to the back, and I swear by that adhesive, I love it. Be very careful when you put it on something that thin. And that's where I'm just adding a little bit of multi-matte medium to keep those corners down. And that will be put on top of my basic black cardstock. And remember, I have that foam underneath it, which I shouldn't have done, but everything turned out okay in the long run. That's where I messed up, and I can't repair it. When you can't repair, embellish. And that's exactly what I did. So now I just have a big block, let it set up, and now I'm going to stamp my sentiment, remembering I have the foam behind my cardstock, so you have to take the foam out in your MISTI. This is just going to be a happy birthday card. I was wiping off the goo on the photopolymer stamps, and now I'm using my favorite VersaFine black onyx ink to lay it down over the gesso. I let it completely dry. I did not use my heat tool on any part of this. At least I don't think so. Double stamped. Then I decided to emboss it with clear embossing powder with foam behind it. I let my heat tool heat up very, very well because burning foam is really not a good idea. You can see my little heart embellishment I use there to cover up my little faux pas. Now I'm grabbing some linen thread, just going to wrap it around a couple times, getting my placement together here. And I do wish I had gone down on that just a little bit, or move the sentiment down is what I really needed to do, but it works out in the long run. Once again, gonna let it set up. And I'm just grabbing my sequins. Now it's completely dry. I'm going to go ahead and finish monkeying around with my linen thread there. I guess I'm a slow card maker or something if I can't keep up with a voiceover. Okay, there we go. I am monkeying around now with a faux bow I'm going to make, and I'm not good at making bows. So I kind of stopped here, took it off screen, finished it off, and all I did was wrap that little piece around the middle of it that you see, throwing a few glue dots on the back, and I'm going to adhere it over the stems. Just adding some insurance with extra glue dots. I have some sequins from a leftover paper pumpkin kit that I'm just, the random strategic arranging on the card. Grabbed my Wink of Stella pen and it just poured out, as you can see. So I'm wiping it off on my hand there. You're going to see me wipe that blob up. There you go. And then replace it in a second just because it was a little bit of a hot mess. And I chose the Wink of Stella just to give it a little bit of shine because I already have a lot going on that card a little bit. And just touching up some colors where it needs touch up. So you can see how much that shine just really makes that very simple image pop out. So now I'm just pulling off my adhesive from the back and I'm going to add it to my Tip Top Taupe card base. Get that all centered up. Get my sequins adhered, and we are done. Thank you for joining me today. God bless, and I'll see you the next time.